Okay, welcome to the Lockdown Economy in the Netherlands. We are a social non-profit initiative by the think tank AlterContacts to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic and reactivate the economy. My name is Rosie Allison. I'm the local interview host for the Netherlands and the UK. And our guest today is SarahLinda Forre, a designer of sensual tableware based in Amsterdam. Welcome to the Lockdown Economy, Sarah. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. The sun is shining in the Netherlands, so
yes,
it's a rarity.
We
have to enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
So I mentioned a little bit about your business there. You're designing tableware, but could you explain a little bit more for us about you, what you do as a business, and how long you've been doing it?
Yes, so I design sensual tableware for mostly high-end restaurants. It's sensual and it's organic because I want to reconnect people with what they eat. In a general way, that's what I would love to do, is inspire people to eat better, have more respect for where their food comes from, what's in it, and have pleasure and intention when they're actually eating it. Because the food system is the biggest problem in the world right now, next to COVID, obviously, but there are so many things depending on it and related to it that it's really important we take better care of it. And so from that inspiration and this goal, I started making tableware that would connect people more directly with what they eat. Been doing it for 2 years officially. Let's say that I found a good manufacturer and I really can sell my tableware and get it from there and have all the things in place. And I did crowdfunding in 2016, so 4 years ago already, where I started doing it for the first time. And from there, I developed into the collections I have now.
Great. And what about the size of your business? Do you have any employees?
I'm all alone, do everything alone. So that's a blessing now because I don't have to be worried about other people. So that's great. It's also not always great to do everything by myself, but in these times, it's good.
Sure, yeah, I can imagine. And what about your clients? How many clients do you tend to have at one time? How far is your reach in your client base?
Well, it's hard to say how many clients I have because it changes all the time. And also I'm still new and I'm still developing and growing. So I don't have a general number. But since the lockdown, it kind of went to zero at the beginning, at least. But I have clients in Europe, a little bit everywhere. Denmark, France, England, the Netherlands, Belgium, not Italy. And some in the US as well. So I mean it's quite broad, but in this situation, of course, the whole world is messed up, so everybody is affected, and it's hard for everyone, fortunately.
Sure, yeah. And because your main client base is restaurants, obviously that's been affected. We've gone into a period right now in the Netherlands where, again, restaurants and bars are closed. So how did this affect you when the pandemic hit in March, April time? And what did you do to try and stimulate your business to get out of this?
Yeah, so when it started in March, I was supposed to go on a holiday like a week after the lockdown started. So I stayed home. I decided to take the holiday anyway, but be at home and just not work for a bit and take it easy. And it was really good. So I wasn't so stressed out about everything immediately. And then I had to realize, okay, the restaurants are going to be closed for a while. So all my clients are gone for now. So I decided to switch to consumers, or at least partly, because I didn't target consumer markets before, only restaurants. My manufacturer in France was closed as well, the one who makes my porcelain tableware. So I couldn't order anything either. The only thing I had was my studio and my little kiln, so I could produce a little bit at home. So I decided to go back to the roots and really think, okay, what can I sell and make now for people at home, since they're not going out for dinner and they're cooking more, and they probably want more simple, easy, sturdy pieces. So I went to the studio and I started making a few different pieces for people at home, handmade, all very simple and colorful, and started showing it to people more locally first, instead of trying to sell it to the world and Europe, because I think everybody in this time is going quite local, which is a good thing, to see what you actually have around, all the good things and all the good people. So I shared my work with a few small businesses here that could spread the word and help me out. So slowly I started selling the pieces and learned about this other kind of market, which was also good.
Yeah, that's interesting. So actually to deal with this global pandemic, you actually scaled down a little bit, went back to how you started with a little kiln and the local market. So that's what worked for you. But did you try anything during the pandemic that didn't work?
I didn't try a lot of things because I was really, everything is uncertain. Nobody knows when we can open again, when it will be over. And so I don't want to put a lot of energy and money into something that I don't know I will even sell, or I don't know how people will react to it. So I mainly focused on these really simple pieces for at home. And yeah, I think it's the best to really listen to people now, to what they want and what they need. And I didn't try to contact restaurants because I don't want to overwhelm them with something they don't have, money or thoughts for right now. So that I'm waiting still. Actually, after the first wave, I had a few orders again from restaurants, but as soon as the second wave started again, it was over. So back to the small things.
Yeah, we have to make do with these small victories in this moment. And so what about right now? You've scaled down your business a little bit. You're focusing on the local market. How's it going now for you in this current climate?
It's fine, but I have to say, in between the two waves, I was quite happy to have some orders again, because things were, flowing, and it felt like things were alive again. But now actually the consumer market was something I wanted to do for a while, but I just didn't take the time for it, because for a consumer market, you need stock. And that's a big investment that I don't always want to make or can make. Because for restaurants, I only need to do made to order. So I can just wait for an order and have it produced. Now I want to make a web shop for consumers with the porcelain I make in France, because the manufacturer is open again this time. So I need to have a bit of stock, which I ordered now with them, and I'm gonna put it online in a few weeks and see how that works. So I'm focusing really more on consumers now than on restaurants. And then hopefully I can go back to both soon, if everything goes well.
Yeah, fingers crossed when things are open again, that your main business will start up again. And do you know anything about how your customers or your competition are doing in this period?
Well, not precisely, but I know everybody's having a hard time because nobody's making orders. I know that web shops are doing quite well for consumers, because I think if people still have a job, and they can't go out and they can't do anything, they might go to buying and to creating their home and being more cozy at home. So I think it's probably a good idea to do the web shop and consumer market. And I know people selling to restaurants are the same as me. It's really hard right now. So the only thing we can do is consumers and waiting for better times.
Yeah, so you mentioned how you're changing your business plan really to focus more on consumers, and also opening a web shop, which you didn't have before. Did you have to kind of retrain yourself, get some new skills in terms of opening this web shop and focusing on a different customer base? Or did you have all that in you all ready to go? Did you try and find some new training?
Yeah, no, of course I didn't know. I still am far from knowing everything about this kind of thing, but I did have a web shop before, and I have a website where it's easy to build it in, so that was not too much work. But the marketing part, of course, is something I'm not so good at, and I can learn a lot. So I did a little bit of research and trying out some things and partnering up with other people, but I still have a lot to learn. And now that I'm opening the web shop with my own porcelain, I definitely need to get more skills in that direction.
Yeah, it's a common difficulty that I think people are encountering. Okay, you can change your business plan, but then you need to find the skills in order to do that as well.
Yeah, well, it's also a good time, I guess, for learning and getting new skills. You can do everything online, so that's great.
Definitely, definitely. And so what's your outlook for the coming few months with your business?
Well, hopefully this webshop will work. I have a really small stock to start with, and I'll see how it goes. Of course, Christmas is not too far away, so I hope people will, get some presents. And I think I'm going to learn a lot from, the kind of people that are going to buy and how to reach them and contact, media outlets or something that would maybe share the message. And so that's what I'm going to do, learn about all this online selling and dive more deeply into the consumers that might buy from me. So I need to also do some market research. And I hope that then I can also focus on restaurants again. Let's see.
Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And you've given some good tips on how people in your position can change their business plan, focus on a different market or different customers during this time to really stimulate their business when times are difficult. But as always with a business, there are always things that you need help with. So if you could name 3 things right now that you need help with in order to stimulate your small business, what would they be?
Oh my God, everything. Well, online marketing is, and all the selling, all the storytelling, all the getting in touch with consumers, all the advertising, everything in that area I'm not so good at. I never learned about it. So I guess that's the main thing. Now, I mean, that's like a lot of different things in one area that I would need help with. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. So your marketing, your visibility, your online presence as well.
Yeah, content. I mean, mainly I think making it a whole thing that all connects to each other. So the content, the marketing, the story, the products, everything has to be one. That's not easy.
Yeah, creating a coherent marketing presence in such a short period of time is something that I think many small business owners will be able to relate to.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us today on the Lockdown Economy. You've given some really valuable insights. And thank you to everybody that joined us today and watched the video. You can feel free to contact SarahLinda. I'm going to put some links to her website and some links that you can contact her on below this video and in the description. Please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because in the coming few weeks, we're going to have even more small business owners that will be sharing their insights with you. SarahLinda, thank you again for your time. Do you have any final words that you'd like to say to any small business owners that are watching?
Don't give up. Get back to your roots, get back to your why, and that will probably help finding a new direction if necessary.
Great advice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.